Welcome to another one of Groundworks restoration at home videos that we're putting together while everyone's stuck at home during the pandemic. Building off of what Tanner put together last week for things you can work on while you're at home and how to do some maintenance. We thought it'd be a good idea to highlight not just the bad things, but some of the good things that are in and around your yard. So today I'm going to walk you around and show you some of the edible plants that are growing in and around your yard and how you can process and eat them. So we're going to wander around and take a look at those. All right, so the first two species I'm going to show you, one is right above me and is pretty iconic for springtime, is a redbud. And redbud blossoms, all of these very beautiful pink purple blossoms are edible. They almost have kind of a nutty flavor to them, and they go really well on a salad, which is basically what we're going to be making here with all the things that we're collecting. And luckily enough, right underneath this redbud is another one. Now this is not a native. This is an invasive species, but it is edible. This right here is garlic mustard. And it's one of the ones that we at Groundwork are constantly trying to keep in check, but you can actually eat it. The leaves have a garlicky taste to them. You don't want to use a lot, you only want to use a little bit because it's very, very strong. So one of the ways that you can control it is actually by eating it. So we're going to throw some of those in our bowl here, and we'll move on to the next one. All right, so the next three plants we're going to look at are right here in my garden beds. So they're very common weeds, as we call them, and you're, I'm sure, very familiar with them if you've ever done anything in your yard. So the first one's over here, and it is wild onion. So, I mean, it looks just like your regular onion, only a fraction of the size, but it's edible. It's totally edible. So we're going to throw that in our little bowl here. And then the next two are over here on this side where we have some very colorful weeds. So right here, again, this is a very common weed that most people are familiar with. It's a dandelion. Basically everything with dandelion is edible. The leaves, the flowers, the roots you can dry out and eat as well. So it's one that probably everyone is very familiar with. And then the other one is this very beautiful purple violet that's right next to it. And if you look out into the yard, you can see there's violets everywhere. A lot of people find that undesirable for their monoculture lawn. I happen to love it. To me, it signals the beginning of spring. And they're edible as well. The leaves, the flowers, you can harvest and eat. So we're gonna pick some of these leaves and flowers here. And we're going to take them inside and prepare them for a lovely salad. All right, so now we have all of the compiled harvest from the yard. We have the wild onions, we have the violet, we have the garlic mustard, we have the dandelions, and we have the red bud blossoms. So I've already washed these off in a colander and picked some of the stems off, so they're all ready to go. What we're going to do is we're going to throw everything in this bowl here, and then we're going to mix it all up. And all we're going to do, super simple, olive oil, vinegar, salt, pepper, and that's it. And this is going to be a really tasty salad. This is going to be my lunch. Looking like. Well, we're all done here. This salad is really good. I just wanted to touch on one or two things before we finish. One, always be sure you know what you're harvesting. Some great apps that are out there. iNaturalist is a great way that you can take a picture of basically any plant and will tell you what it is based on a huge database of pictures and characteristics. It's a really great way to do it. And another thing that you always have to keep in mind is this is my home, this is my yard. I don't treat any of the grass. There's no pesticides, there's no fertilizers, there's nothing on this. So always be sure when you're picking dandelions or weeds or anything out of your yard or out of like the park or anything like that, that you know what's been put down there, because if any of those fertilizers or pesticides have been put down, those can really harm you. So you have to be very, very sure and cautious when harvesting these things. But if you know all those things and you've done your homework, you know what you've picked and you've processed it the right way, this is a delicious lunch that you can make without even leaving your home. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this, and we'll see you next week. All right, bye.